Hello everyone. This is Kendall Askins from STEMulating Minds. Askins stimulates on all of our social media platforms, joining you on another Wednesday with another gem to drop. And today, I want to talk to you guys about it's not all about you. Okay, so what I want to share with you guys about that is that often when we go through life, and people respond to us a certain way, or we have interactions with people, we make those interactions about ourselves, right? So whether somebody engages with us in a positive way that we like, right? We would say things like, I like that person, or, like they meet our standards, right? Like we check off the list. And if we don't like them, or we don't like the interaction, we often find a reason why. I've heard people say everything from like somebody is jealous of them to they're just mean, or find reasons why somebody might engage with them a certain way. And so it's very interesting to me that we look for in other people reasons why people are showing up in our world the way we either like or we don't like, right? And we speak to that. And what I want to offer you today is a different perspective. That sometimes, or most of the time, how people show up in the world, period, is based off of their own perspective and their own experience in life. So even how they're engaging with people, and this includes you, how we choose to engage with people has to do with what experiences we have had in our lives and how we see the world, right? It's our perspective. So that's often very hard for people to understand. And if you're operating through a lens of empathy and you're able to pause for a minute and put yourself in somebody else's shoes, you will then be able to understand why they're responding to you, whether it's positively or negatively. Sometimes the reasons are that you bring out something in them, maybe insecurities, maybe, there are things that they envy. Maybe there's a way that you show up in the world that they don't like, right? Who knows what it is? But the reality is that they're operating from their perspective. And so, I am a very empathetic person. I am also a very strong person. So I stand firmly in the things that I believe, and I'm driven by my moral compass, right? And so the things that I believe are right or wrong, and I stand firm in that. But at the same time, I can very much put myself in somebody else's shoes and understand, even if I don't agree, understand how they are showing up. And then my reactions, or how I feel about how they're showing up, tells me about myself and my perspective, right? And so then I can use those responses to calibrate whether or not I feel like I'm showing up the way that I want to in the world, right? So if people are having negative responses to me, I can use that and say, okay, wait, put myself in their position. Why would they be having a negative response? And if it's just because my light is shining too bright, well, I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with them having that negative response, right? But if it's that there's something else that it's telling me about how I'm showing up that I need to fix, maybe my tone, or maybe, something that I made them feel, then I can do that also, right? And so what I'm sharing is that it's important that even when people are upsetting, that we pause for a minute and not just make it about ourselves, and not just create a mentality that something's being done to us, but that we pause, we put ourselves in their position, and then we understand what that experience is teaching us. So I just want to share that. It's not all about you. Sometimes we can learn about ourselves and about other people just by pausing and putting ourselves in their position and understanding their point of view, whether or not we agree. And you don't have to agree to understand something, right? And that was very profound for me to realize, is that just because I understand it doesn't mean I'm going to agree with it. And so I want to hear about some ways that you are showing up in this manner. Have you thought about this before? Is this a new idea for you? Share your thoughts and ideas in the chat. Let's get talking. And if this video was meaningful to you, make sure that you like, subscribe, or share it out. I will see you guys back here next week with another gem. Bye.